feel like you're getting too old to enjoy Halloween? I mean, when was the last time you carved out pumpkins and wore scary costumes? Do you have good memories when you did go out and trick or treat? What if I told you that you could experience 10 benefits if you decide to enjoy Halloween this year? Hi, I'm Gail Jervis. Welcome to Life After 65. As an avid reader and researcher, I've recently made it my mission to explore all the ways my husband and I can live healthier, happier, and more fulfilling lives as we learn to redefine aging. I started this channel to share what I'm learning with anyone else who has the same goal. I have great childhood memories of going out on Halloween with my girlfriend. Now, the costumes weren't quite as extravagant as what we see now, but in the 1960s, it was very simple. But each year, my friend wore a long dress and a mask of a beautiful woman, and I put on my plastic glasses that was attached to a large nose and a mustache. And I put on a pair of my dad's old pants and a shirt, and I wore one of my dad's old hats. Now, Mom somehow made sure that those pants wouldn't fall off me. Now, we never changed our costume each year since my friend and I knew we had the perfect combination. I don't think we completely understood why so many adults would just stand at the door or someone would say, "Oh, George, come here, come and see these kids," and they'd laugh. They definitely got a kick out of this old man and beautiful woman combo. And we would often get extra handful of candy, so we definitely like that combo. I have sweet memories of getting my son and my daughter ready to go out for Halloween. Their two cousins would usually come bounding around the corner a little bit earlier than we planned because everyone was so excited just to get out on the streets. And recently, Halloween has become a much bigger event, and more adults, at least young adults, are having Halloween parties. But I suspect you and I might still just pass out our candy at the door, and we don't even think too much of ourselves of, do we want to do something for Halloween? And yet, research findings reveal that you and I should take advantage of every seasonal change, every celebration, every day to make memories, and that includes Halloween. And actually, it probably doesn't take a psychologist to tell us that when we create special memories, we experience joy. But I soon learned that psychologists do have opinions from their research findings about people over 65 celebrating our seasons and celebrating our holidays. And as I read the results of their various studies, I compiled 10 benefits that you and I could experience just by having a few people over for Halloween. Number 1, a study published in the Gerontologist found that older adults who regularly engage in meaningful activities such as celebrating seasons or holidays, they experience lower levels of depression and anxiety. A second benefit, enhanced cognitive function. A study from Aging and Mental Health reported that adults over 65 who consistently engage in diverse activities such as celebrating holidays or seasonal changes show better cognitive performance over time. Another benefit, third benefit, the benefit of creative stimulation. A 2015 study published in Aging and Mental Health suggested that when people over 65 participate in creative arts and activities, they can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. It's surprising that people can gain such incredible benefits just by, creating Halloween-themed crafts, decorating, pumpkin carving. You might notice behind me that I have some pillow covers that have Halloween themes, because you'll probably, if you stay with this channel, you'll see a variation of all these different seasons, because I have discovered how I feel when I just change pillow covers and maybe add a couple little ornaments, and I'm aware of the season, or I'm aware of the current celebration. And so I'm getting ready for Halloween just by buying on Amazon some four pillow covers. I think I paid $13.95, and now I feel like I'm ready for Halloween. Anyways, Number 4, a social benefit. Participating in Halloween activities often take place in group settings, which of course builds and maintains our social connections. And number 5, this is a little bit surprising. According to research in the Journal of Happiness Studies, adults over 65 who intentionally create positive memories and celebrate life events regardless of whether they live alone or with others, they exhibit greater emotional resilience. And this is because these activities foster feelings of accomplishment, feelings of connection, feelings of joy. So number 6 is emotional well-being. As we create new memories, too often perhaps as we age, we just focus on the old memories. But no, as we create new memories seasonally, we not only experience emotional resilience, but those activities improve our emotional well-being. 7th benefit, increased life satisfaction. A study by the American Psychological Association, they found that older adults who participate in meaningful social and seasonal activities report higher levels of life satisfaction and overall happiness. This sense of fulfillment contributes to better physical and mental health outcomes. Number 8, sense of purpose. Engaging in activities that create special memories, it can foster a sense of purpose. Research shows that older adults who recall those positive life experiences and maintain a positive sense of purpose and have a better emotional health, they have more resilience. And this is important in later life stages, as it can counter feelings for some of us of loneliness or isolation. 9th benefit, social interaction and community engagement. For seniors, social isolation is a significant concern, but community events for Halloween can offer opportunities for social engagement as we interact with neighbors and family and children. Even social interaction occurs with neighbors and children as we hand out candy. But what more can we do to take advantage of that benefit? Number 10. This is going to surprise you. Physical activity, decorating homes, preparing treats, or even going for short walks to view the neighborhood decorations can provide light physical activity, which is another benefit for us. Even pumpkin carving demands some fine motor skills and hand-eye coordination. By the way, if you're enjoying this episode, please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you do, please leave a comment below that you have subscribed. I would just like to thank you. Also, please leave your comments about any memories you have of Halloween, or even whether you still do something for Halloween besides just handing out the candy. Okay, so now that I have hopefully convinced you of the importance of taking advantage of finding ways to participate in every seasonal celebration, here's 10 suggestions to get you started on how you can enjoy Halloween. Number 1. Host a Halloween party. Well, this suggestion is for the person who loves to plan events, gets excited about inviting a number of people over, and as a matter of fact, she likes coordinating the idea of a themed party and having people wear costumes and planning the music and planning the seasonal treats. Well, if you're that kind of person, you probably didn't need to watch this episode, since you have probably already been making your list for a fun Halloween party, and you already could be sharing some of your great memories of past Halloween parties. Not all of us, though, want to host a big party. But you know what? Number 2, we could just do something simple. Decorate our home. If you start looking at the decorations at craft stores such as Michael's, you'll discover how quickly you could spend $100 or more. However, I've planned several Halloween parties for my 4 grandchildren when they were younger. Well, I was surprised how many fun decorations are available at Dollar Tree and Dollarama. Even if we aren't planning anything special for Halloween, placing a few decorations in our living room can just lift our spirits. I tend, after I started focusing on this ways of creating more joyful moments, I now each season or each celebration, I actually just put out a few small ornaments and then I decorate with new pillow covers. I've discovered that I can buy about 14 pillow covers, 4 pillow covers in a package for about $13.95. I mean, if you can see behind me, you'll see my Halloween pillow covers. And all I do is keep replacing those so I don't ever have to buy a whole cushion. I just take that pillow cover off. I recently had summer, so I just took the summer cushions off and put my Halloween ones on. You might try it out. I can't believe how it gives me just this little bit of joy, just from a simple change in a pillow or a simple decoration. Number 3, hand out treats. It's still an enjoyable activity to give treats to children in your neighborhood. I mean, it's always fun commenting on their costumes or asking them to, what do you sound like? If you're wearing this costume of a hero, what does he say to you? What does he sound like? I mean, you just engage with them. And sometimes you end up engaging with the parents who might be standing nearby. I mean, if you still live in a house, you might not like what I've recently seen some people doing in my community. Now, most of them just have a simple propane fire bowl. Or if you camp, I've seen other people with their campers, they have a small propane gas outdoor fire bowl. And then they just set up their lawn chairs outside around the fire and they hand out candy from there. What a great way to meet our neighbors. Now, you may even live in a warmer climate and you don't even need the additional heat. Just put out your chairs outside and hand out the candy. It's so much more, I don't know, it just seems to lend itself to people stopping by for a few extra minutes, the adults, and chatting while their other child just heads down the street a few houses down. Or number 4, you could join some community event. I mean, look for Halloween events that's being held in your community or city. You know, most often you'll find a haunted house. Now, personally, I don't actually feel comfortable going through them, but I discovered last year that our city hosted a Halloween festival at one of our parks. Now, I haven't been there yet, but I hope to this year. Apparently, this walk-through exhibit has, well, at least last year, had 10,000 hand-carved pumpkin sculptures brought to life through special lighting, music, and sound effects. I think that'll be really a lot of fun, and I'd like to ask perhaps another couple to go with us. I mean, that's what you look for, or just some little activities to either go with a friend and have a group to go. And also nearby our place, we have a popular corn maze just outside our city. If you have something like that, invite a few friends, just go and enjoy it. Now, number 5, another thing you could do is watch classic Halloween movies. You could host just a movie night with classic Halloween films, whether they're scary or fun. Now, it's an entertaining way to enjoy the holiday without any planning, without leaving the house. Now, I don't do well watching scary movies, so I tend to make everyone else jump so that they too aren't too sure if they want to hang out with me watching scary shows. So I need a Halloween movie that has some humor. Now, I have watched Hocus Pocus and Halloween Town, and they're slightly spooky and mainly corny. But there's other shows. I mean, you could watch the first Ghostbusters, produced in 1984. Has a few more squeamish scenes, but I've been able to survive those ones. Now, number 6, you could just cook or bake seasonal treats. Make Halloween-themed treats or seasonal favorites like pumpkin pie, and then just invite a few people over to enjoy your baking. By the way, we always think a party means lots of people, but this is just a reminder. You can just ask a few people to come over. If you want to up it up, then ask them to wear a funny hat. Or actually, if you really wanted to say, hey, come over for dessert, but can you remember what costume you used to wear as a kid? And you either talk about the costume and talk about some of your Halloween memories, or they might even come with some part of their costume, some part of a hat or something that'll spark some laughter. I think that those types of things, you're just looking for opportunities to have fun conversations. Now, number 7, you can engage in craft projects. Now, if you enjoy doing crafts, choose a few cheap but fun Halloween crafts to do with a few people. Check YouTube. Ask for Halloween crafts from Dollar Store. Oh my goodness, you'll come up with an abundance of ideas. Choose 1 or 2 of them, and then invite a few friends to come with you and maybe go to the Dollar Tree and buy those supplies together. Or you could just say, hey, are you willing to come over? It'll probably cost you $6. I'm not sure exactly how much. $6 to pay for the craft, and you can just pay when you arrive. Now, from personal experience, I've learned that you actually need to buy your supplies fairly early in the season. I've seen some craft keeners there buying up a whole bunch of supplies in September. Now, number 8, pumpkin carving. Invite a few people over, asking them to bring a sharp knife for carving, a large spoon to clean out the inside of a pumpkin, and their own pumpkin. Check dollar store. See if they have these battery-operated carving knives. I bought those years ago, and they work so well. A number of years ago, we did have a number of people over, and we carved pumpkins. But I was surprised by how creative some people are. I mean, I had just assumed we were just going to do some simple carvings, but no. Some people went online and downloaded their carving pattern and copied that. Hey, I'll leave a link below for you to check some of those out. Now, if you aren't a baker, just buy a pumpkin pie for dessert after you carve your pumpkins. Now, unfortunately, you need at least 24 hours, apparently, to dry out pumpkin seeds. But if your friends like roasted pumpkin seeds, make sure you have some Ziploc bags and put them in the seeds in the Ziploc bags. And if you really want to get fancy, attach a little recipe to it. I'll leave a link below. There's a website that has cinnamon sugar roasted pumpkin seeds. Do things like that. Simple things, but they give you pleasure. Number 9, go on a neighborhood walk. Walk through the neighborhood that has lots of outdoor Halloween decorations. In our city, we have a particular block of neighbors that I can't even think how much money they spend on decorations and probably on their lighting bill, because their yards are just filled with Halloween decorations. Check to see if you have a neighborhood like that, and be prepared for the more macabre decorations. But it's fun just to walk around that area. Now, in the area we're at, they actually close off the area. There's no cars coming by, and you just wander around and point out all the crazy things you see. Now, the only caveat is that some years in Canada, it gets quite cold by the time it's the end of October. So you could either go a little bit earlier, hopefully when they have the lights and the decorations still up, or you need the proper clothes. However, we have also just enjoyed driving through a variety of neighborhoods that in the evening, and we look at the people's Halloween decorations. I mean, it's best to go in the evening to see the lights. It looks so awesome. Or number 10, you could just host a Halloween bingo afternoon. Check the link below for a Halloween bingo game on Amazon. You could ask people to bring candy or prizes from Dollar Tree so that you don't have to pay for all the prizes. And when everyone arrives, just place those prizes in a Dollar Tree witch's cauldron. Now, Dollar Tree doesn't always have a cauldron that's particularly large. So you can get a larger one on Amazon, but it does cost more money. I think it's around $14.95 versus the $1.25 or $1.50. But anyways, check the link below just in case if you decide you want to do this and you do need a larger cauldron. Now, how many prizes you need depends on how you play the game. When we played it, we usually let anyone who fills the line on their card going in any direction, be it horizontal, they won something. Vertical, they won something. Diagonal, they won something. And then, of course, sometimes 2 people might shout bingo together, and then, of course, they might both get prizes. And then, of course, there's the big win, the full card. So, in other words, a lot of people, pretty well everybody gets some sort of prize. But you know what? You're going to enjoy the laughter and fun, so that sometimes the friends will want to play this game a number of times. Great, but you probably do need to have a couple of prizes. Maybe each person bringing 2 or 3 prizes. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, you might like to click on the following link to watch the episode of 10 Benefits of Smiling for older adults. Now, I'd like to end this episode with a quote from Eleanor Estes' children's book, The Witch Family. And she says, "Halloween shadows played upon the walls of the houses. In the sky, the Halloween moon raced in and out of the clouds. The Halloween wind was blowing, not a blasting of wind, but a right-sized swelling, falling, and gushing of wind. Ah, it was a lovely and exciting night, exactly the kind of night Halloween should be."